Hello everyone, welcome to another YouTube video. Hope you're having a great day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. If you haven't checked out my last video, feel free to go and check it out. In this video, I'll be checking out the Falkirk Wheel. What is it for, and how did it come about? I mean, I have heard of it, I don't really know much about what it's for. I know roughly know where Falkirk is in Scotland, but I thought it was be interesting. I actually did like come across I won't do this on TikTok, but they didn't really like tell you much about what it is. It just said about things you have to see. So I thought I might check it out. But without further ado, let's have a look and see what it is and what it does, etc.
This is a canal. This
Well, I gather it's on a
is
canal.
another canal. But what if you want to join them together in the coolest way possible? Welcome to Scotland Unplugged, and the story of the Falkirk Wheel. This is the Forth and Clyde Canal. It crosses right through the lowlands of Scotland at its slimmest point, connecting the west coast at the River Clyde to the River Forth on the east coast via the River Canal. It's 35 miles long and was constructed between 1768 and 1790 following an Act of Parliament. 22 years! But why? It meant seagoing vessels could cross between the two coasts without having to go all the way up and round the top, and what was, at best, a long diversion, and at worst, a bit risky. In short, it saved some rich people some cash. But all of this meant that the residents of Edinburgh were left out in the cold. I mean, literally, one of the big...
Saving some rich people some cash, well. Where a lot of stuff nowadays, I mean, rich people can afford it, but, you know, I guess it saves a lot of poor people some cash as well, I guess. You know, because longer route usually tends to be more expensive, so plus you got like nice sort of scenery, especially if you can cross it.
things transported was coal. It's cold enough there. This is the Union Canal. It's 31 miles long and took only 4 years to build. Things had moved on a bit in the world of canal construction. These were vast undertakings. Thousands of men literally dug their way from coast to coast through hills and glens like Robin Hood in a song. It's tricky though. Canals by their nature have to be level, otherwise the water just drains away and you call it a river. For about half an hour, then it's just an empty trench. So you have to cut through hills, build embankments and aqueducts where the land drops away. And if you can't do that, you have to use locks, where you take your boat through some gates, shut off the water, lower the level, and then open the gate at the other side and float out at that level. It's simple, but it works. The guys who built these were called inland navigators, or navvies, and they worked hard. A good navvy could shift 20 tons of earth in a day, and it's reckoned they needed to consume between 6,000 and 10,000 calories a day just to keep moving. They obviously didn't have diggers or jackhammers or anything like that. Everything was done by hand with shovels. And if they couldn't do it that way, they used explosives. But a lot of them played hard too. They didn't have the best reputation, living in kind of filthy shanty towns by the side of the canal as it moved along. Probably the best known navvies are the celebrity serial killers, Burke and Hare, who worked on a section of the Union Canal here in Edinburgh, and somehow always managed to creep their way into my videos. This channel is obviously about history, and a big part of that is warfare. I talk about death a lot, but if you think war's rough, consider this. The going rate is thought to have been up to 2 deaths for every mile of canal. It was said that you
hell.
were less likely to die serving in the British Army than you were working on the Manchester Ship Canal. That took 1,100 lives alone in its construction. There were explosives and heights and landslips to deal with. The Union Canal had to be joined to the Forth and Clyde Canal, but there's a bit of a problem. There's a 35-metre height difference, so
Holy
you had
shit.
to use locks, 11 of them. And that
11
meant
locks?
opening and closing
Holy crap.
44 gates. Travelling through them took a day. In engineering terms, the canals were a massive undertaking. But by the time this was finished, the technology was more or less obsolete. The skills used in making the canals, and a lot of the men who made them, had been redeployed to the railways. The Union Canal opened in 1822, and by 1842, the Edinburgh and Glasgow Railway was in operation. No one wanted to use canals as much. Then the car was invented, and then trucks. These canals just died off. The 11 locks fell out of
11 locks does seem quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie, that's sanity. I mean, I know some places have like one lock to try and like reduce the water flow or whatever, but 11, damn, insane. It's good they got the railways going across the like the river and or the rivers, shall I say, try and connect it. But 11 locks, I still can't. Damn, what?
use and into disrepair. And that was that. Until it wasn't. Just along the Forth and Clyde, you'll find Duke and Baron, the Kelpies. The Kelpies, as you'll know if you saw the video I did on them, were mythical, malevolent, shape-shifting water horses. But these two also represent the history of the canals and the
Do a
horses
video on
that pulled the
that bit
barges
more.
along these towpaths. They're beautiful, and these
Wow,
days
they look great in
they're
the dark.
appreciated for that.
They look great in the dark. I have to do a video properly on the Kelpies, but I know very little on it. But I know obviously like the Scottish national animal or whatever is the unicorn, if I am not mistaken. So like mythical sort of magical things all relate in Scotland. I know that because Scotland's like a magical sort of out of this world place, and insanity. Not insanity, unbelievable. It's just outstanding. We'd love to like just not just go there, but one day maybe live there. Just wow, it's out of this world. Everything I see about Scotland, just wow.
They're no longer necessary for transporting goods, but they're missed, romanticised. People love them. And it's the same for the canals. At the turn of the century, funding was secured for the Millennium Link to join all of this back up again. Now they're used for holidays, for walking, running, cycling. People even live on them. But 11 locks, opening and closing 44 lock gates. Bad enough if that's your job, but you wouldn't want to do it on holiday. That was a pain in the neck. So
But
they
it was.
needed a better solution.
Insanity.
This is the world's only rotating boat lift. Essentially, the boat that wants to go up or down sails into the gondola at their end, and then they do a kind of a switcheroo. It does the work of the locks in 4 minutes. Each
4
rotation
minutes.
uses 1.5 kilowatt hours of energy, roughly the same as it takes to boil 8 kettles. That's mental.
It is. It is
The
mental.
design's intended to be
It looks so
sculptural
cool though.
as well as functional, creating a living, flowing work of contemporary art that moves almost balletically through the air.
It's like some sort of, well,
With the lead architect
like a
using
propeller
his
sort of
daughter's
thing.
Lego to model it out. It is a big, beautiful lift.
the fact that it's the only
Coming here
one in the
and
world
standing on top
just
of
makes
it,
it
and
even
taking
insane.
in the view will give you just that.
You can stand on top of it as well. That's what makes it even better. Amazing. And look at it. It's just out of this world. I mean, no one in the world would actually. Well, no one in the world has it. I mean, just seeing that just rotate like that, it's just. I think some of the world would actually like find better solutions for locks. I mean, okay, locks do actually help in some reason, of some way, but when it comes to having like multiple locks and you see that in the Falkirk Wheel, it just saves so much time instead of just opening the locks, waiting for like ages and ages. I mean, one's just bad enough. I mean, don't get me wrong, it does help, but it just saves a lot of time. I mean, especially if you go on a holiday and you want to go like through the canals or rivers and stuff, and you got to open and close locks all the time. This is just the best invention ever when it comes to that sort of thing. And the fact that it's the only one in the world just makes you think how unique and different Scotland is compared to like other countries. That's just amazing how they've actually well, as in, how that's actually done. It basically goes around like, I mean, I guess some sort of like a sort of propeller, but in the water, so it kind of like just amazing. I like that video. That's really cool. Subscribe to them, but just out of this world, it really is. How it saves so much time, like you said, like it's just like boiling about less than 8 kettles of water, maybe. Just that's just amazing. The only one in the world as well. I just can't like get over that. It's the only one in the world. I mean, the only sort of thing that actually functions like that just proves how different things can be with or without locks. You know what I mean? It's just brilliant. But if you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, help me in my journey on YouTube. See more videos like this on our channel. And until then, I will see you in my next video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe. I shall see you next one. Yeah, see you soon. Bye.